Yeah,
That's more like it.
that's super fine. But there's 35.
And like 35, even tiny colors, is a really good pan.
From getting shot at to encountering wild animals, renowned gold miner Parker Schnabel has had his fair share of ups and downs in the industry.
I mean, our 7,000-ounce gold may have just gone up in flames, but might be in the box. Big Red might get it.
However, in a recent turn of events, Schnabel made a groundbreaking discovery that could change the course of his life forever. Here, we reveal the details of this groundbreaking discovery that resulted in the luckiest day of Parker's entire life.
That's insane.
Yeah, there's some gold there. That's very good.
Like-
That's wild.
There's a start. We're on the board, Mitch.
While excavating the earth as he typically does, Parker Schnabel came across an extraordinary find, a woolly mammoth gold tusk, unlike anything he had ever uncovered before. This remarkable find was a far cry from his usual daily finds, and it would change everything. These tusks are in excellent condition because they are made of ivory and were buried in permafrost, protecting them from harsh weather. Some tusks were found in pristine condition, despite the woolly mammoth's extinction thousands of years ago.
Just found something that's pretty cool.
Is that an ancient tree?
It's a freaking tusk, dude. Mammoth tusk.
The majestic woolly mammoth, also known as the Siberian mammoth, roamed the earth until its extinction around 5,000 years ago at the end of the last ice age. Remarkably, well-preserved remains of this ancient creature are still found in abundance, especially in the Arctic and Siberian regions. Parker found his own mammoth tusk in the Alaska region, which is not unusual. Since these tusks are made of ivory, well-preserved ones can be extremely valuable, sometimes fetching over $1 million each. However, despite their value, Schnabel says he wouldn't sell the tusks. Selling them requires various permits, which he prefers to avoid. Instead, he chooses to keep them because he thinks they're cool and worth preserving. Given that he already earns hundreds of thousands of dollars from gold, it makes sense for him to hold on to such unique finds and proudly own well-preserved mammoth tusks. Parker Schnabel is used to getting dirty while hunting for riches. Schnabel got into mining gold early. He was 5 when he started helping run the Big Nugget mine owned by his grandfather. He spent most of his time on his grandfather's ranch, learning all the ins and outs of running a gold mine. After his grandfather died at the age of 96, Parker Schnabel has become more hands-on in running the Big Nugget. Because of his early exposure to running a gold mine, he had successfully run the company's day-to-day operation. His path as one of the best gold miners continued to grow after his grandfather's death. After graduation, a lot of people thought that Parker Schnabel would continue to pursue his college degree. However, instead of attending college, he used his college fund to set up his own mining operation. He left home, moved up to the Klondike, and leased ground from the legendary Tony Beats. This decision proved to be a turning point in Schnabel's career.
It's a luxury to look at it that way. You're like, oh, you know, this is an opportunity for me and my guys. It's a business. And if you look at it that way, you're not going to make money.
By taking control of his own mining operation, he was able to apply his skills and knowledge more effectively. His gamble paid off, as he not only recouped his initial investment, but also achieved significant financial success. Before his grandfather's death, Parker had joined him in Season 2 of the Discovery Channel's Gold Rush show. In 2010, 6 men from Sandy, Oregon, who traveled to Porcupine Creek, Alaska, to search for gold, began the reality TV show Gold Rush on Discovery Channel. The men featured had little to no experience with gold mining, and their initial attempts were plagued by equipment malfunctions and inexperience. By the second season of the show, Parker joined the cast of Gold Rush. Then, he was 16 years old and working on one of his grandfather's claims. While other mining bosses often struggle, Schnabel seems to have the Midas touch, bringing in thousands of ounces of gold each season and earning his team hundreds of thousands of dollars. After his appearances on Gold Rush, Parker had amassed a fortune estimated at about $10 million, and he isn't slowing down. He has shown he's a real powerhouse. Let's quickly look back at his amazing journey. In Season 10 of Gold Rush, Parker explored new claims and embraced cutting-edge technology. Amid the busy mining activities, a remarkable moment occurred: the discovery of an electrifying nugget. It was a rare find that thrilled Parker, his team, and Gold Rush fans.
Is that made out of gold?
Okay, so this is a replica, but it's the exact replica, and that's how big it was.
The electrifying nugget, weighing around 41.8 ounces, earned its name from its mesmerizing dendritic crystal pattern resembling lightning bolts. The nugget's unique feature makes it stand out from other discoveries, turning it into a rare geological marvel that boosts its gold value. As the season went on, Episode 15, titled $1 Million Payday, highlighted the electrifying nugget as a significant find. Ultimately, the nugget adds a brilliant chapter to Parker's gold mining story, with its market value soaring because of its rarity and stunning crystalline beauty. It's now a memorable and symbolic reminder of the gold rush. The excitement for more discoveries peaked as Parker expanded his operations across Klondike and Scribner Creek. Season 7 of Gold Rush followed Parker on a daring journey. Despite facing challenges like equipment failures, unstable gold yields, and unfamiliar terrain, he persevered through the tough mining industry. Undeterred by obstacles, he invested in new technology and improved his operations to overcome challenges and achieve remarkable success. In the middle of the season, viewers witnessed a significant transformation as Parker's efforts at Eureka Creek started paying off. A period of impressive gold recovery followed, earning the site the nickname Eureka Creek Bounty. Episodes like Eureka Payday and King of Klondike highlighted this success. Parker consistently recovered large amounts of gold, exceeding expectations and surpassing his previous hauls.
You had the biggest season in the history of Gold Rush. You had over $10 million in gold.
Gotta say, it was the people that's the real key. We just got such a good group of guys up there,
Right.
and girls.
There was unrestrained joy as the team celebrated the rewards of their hard work and determination. The Eureka Creek Bounty stands out as a crucial moment in Parker's career. His steady gold recovery there cemented his leadership in the competitive gold mining industry. This ongoing success enabled him to expand his operations and invest in better technology and equipment. But gold isn't the only thing he's found in the fields. He has discovered other unusual objects during his excursions, like the woolly mammoth tusk previously mentioned. It's clear that a lot is buried beneath the earth, and miners often come across strange things. Despite his successes, Parker has also faced losses throughout his career. Let's explore some of these losses. After investing hundreds of thousands of dollars in a certain area in Alaska, Parker and his team recovered 108 ounces from tailings left by old-time gold miners. But the real highlight was a specific area called the Wolf Cut, untouched ground that likely held over 2,000 ounces and was valued at over $3 million due to its gold content. The Wolf Cut was crucial, so much so that they dubbed it the most important pit of the season because of the valuable information it provided. The area was quite deep, requiring Parker's crew 2 months to reach the pay layer. However, things didn't go as planned. The crew faced a setback. Weeks prior, a devastating flood had turned the Wolf Cut into a lake. It was such a problem that Parker thought it would have been better to take all the money to Vegas than deal with the flooded Wolf Cut. Despite the challenges, Parker, known for his determination, refused to give up on the site. After some struggle, the crew managed to control the water, and Mark Fors, the foreman, finally reached pay dirt. Parker was determined to see if there was enough gold to justify their efforts. He tried one area but found the dirt unimpressive. Moving to another spot, he finally discovered some promising dirt, indicating gold might be nearby.
Because we're panning some gold in it and some of it doesn't have gold in it, just haul a couple thousand yards up.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna rip out of here, be back in 2 days. And I wanna see what's in it.
Yep.
Parker left the crew to work and planned to return in 2 days. However, just when things seemed to be going well and gold was within reach, the crew faced a shocking setback. A hole was blasted in the wall, and water and mud started pouring out. It was clear that nature wasn't entirely on their side that day. The water they thought they had controlled had returned, stronger than before, posing a greater threat. The crew hadn't anticipated this. The Wolf Cut was at risk of being filled with water again, putting their potential profits in jeopardy. While digging at the bottom of the cut, an excavator hit the pit's side, revealing a waterlogged mine shaft. Millions of gallons of water flooded back into the pit, covering the pay dirt. The crew was somewhat prepared, having one 8-inch pump, but it wasn't enough to handle the water. They got a second pump working, but it made little difference. Water continued pouring in from all sides. Despite firing their 2 pumps, the crew couldn't beat the water. Their only choice was to take the pump from the wash plant. But it was a tough decision, and Parker needed to make it. The problem? He wasn't there, and he wasn't answering his phone. They were stuck in a tough spot. If they didn't use the wash plant's pump to support the others, the whole area would flood, and they'd lose the pay in the wolf cut. The loss would be huge. One of the miners in Parker's crew eventually made the tough call and shut down the wash plant, using its pump to double their draining power. With nothing else to do, they left the area while the pumps worked. They managed to remove 10 million gallons of water in 24 hours. When Parker finally returned, he was excited to see the wolf cut's first cleanup. Instead, he heard about the flood.
You missed the great flood. We chucked 3 pumps in there to try and pump out some of the water.
But Parker's water problems weren't over yet. In another episode, his mining ground in the wolf cut was completely underwater. In Parker's Alaska claim, he was pursuing a pay streak in the 4-acre wolf cut, aiming for at least 1,000 ounces this season. The team was digging down 30 feet to reach the pay dirt, hauling out 1,000 yards of overburden. They were still 4 feet away from the water level, and then another 30 feet to reach bedrock. However, there was a problem lurking. They were working near a pond, and any issues would mean water flooding in. Their solution was using frozen mud to block the water, but the cut was unexpectedly wet, so they had to call in their boss, Parker. It wouldn't be good if things got out of control. As they dug further, the mud worsened and spread faster, despite only uncovering a small portion of the cut. The wolf cut was next to an old pond, separated by a narrow berm that couldn't hold back the water pressure once disturbed. Digging down, they hit frozen permafrost, previously containing the water. Now, with the permafrost disturbed, pond water started seeping through, flooding the cut. If left unchecked, the area would soon be underwater. Their best bet was to get a pump to salvage the situation. Parker's strategy to combat the water was to dig a sump pond at the deepest part of the cut and install an 8-inch pump to drain it. He was determined not to lose another battle against the water.
There's going to be a lot of water soon. Yeah, the best thing to do is get a sump in there.
Yeah, we'll give it a try.
We'll put a pump sitting right there, right? With a discharge going up there?
Yep.
Perfect.
After installing the pump, they had to wait until the next day. While the plan seemed good and effective, how could they simply choose a pump to drain such a large amount of water from a pond without testing it first and fixing any issues? The next day came, and the whole team eagerly went to check their now dry and ready to mine wolf cut. But they were in for a nasty surprise. Their pump was missing. The pump had vanished, and instead of a dry cut, they found a lake. The pump system had failed, causing the cut to flood and submerging their pump under 4 feet of water. $500,000 was at risk of slipping away. The pump was completely underwater, and they couldn't even reach it. Miner Tyson Lee had to paddle a small kayak out with a chain attached to the excavator to bring the pump to dry ground so they could work on it. According to foreman Mark Fors, debris had blocked the suction filter at the end of the hose, causing the water level to rise and submerge the pump. He had to strip and service the engine and come up with a plan to prevent further flooding from damaging the pump. Meanwhile, Parker Schnabel isn't alone in his quest for gold. Another popular miner on the Gold Rush show is the reputable miner Tony Beets. Tony is a larger-than-life Dutchman who runs one of the biggest operations in Klondike. During one of his explorations on his new site in Paradise Hills, Tony also made a significant discovery when he came across a baby woolly mammoth tusk. While exploring the site, he noticed the tusk sticking out of the ground. With the help of his son, Mike, and their machines, they excavated the find, initially thought to be a jawbone by Mike. Tony decided to bring in paleontologists to examine it closely. Experts believe that the woolly mammoth skeleton found earlier on Gold Rush may be from the same family as the tusks.
May want to phone them paleontologists and then they can dig the rest out themselves.
I think that's probably a smarter idea.
You might have a whole skull in there if you're pulling out pieces like that.
I think you should definitely call them, but especially coming off like them finding that baby mammoth, nothing else besides it's good for the scientific community.
Miners have been finding such bones since the Klondike Gold Rush over a century ago. The Yukon area is well known for its Ice Age animal discoveries. Although Tony mentioned finding skeletons of horses and zebras before, this find reminded people of the woolly mammoth. Gold Rush estimates the baby mammoth to be at least 30,000 years old. The preservation of Ice Age animals is credited to the ice conditions and the ground in the region. Mammoth tusks aren't the only strange things found on Gold Rush. Miners have encountered things other than gold, and Parker, in particular, came upon something that amazed him. Parker Schnabel couldn't believe his eyes when he came face to face with a replica of Welcome Stranger, the largest gold nugget ever found. In Season 4, Episode 2 of Gold Rush Parker's Trail, he was far from the Klondike Gold Rush Trail, exploring new adventures and opportunities. At the start of the episode, Parker and his friend Fred Lewis were met by fourth-generation Aussie gold prospector Tyler Mahoney. She opened her truck door to reveal the 2-foot-long golden boulder placed in the back seat. Legend has it that the Welcome Stranger was so big that it had to be broken into 3 pieces on an anvil to fit on a bank scale. Today, based on the current gold price, the nugget would be worth around $4.7 million. The original Welcome Stranger was melted into gold bars long ago, but 2 exact replicas still exist. One is owned by the descendants of Deason, while the other is displayed in the old Treasury building in Melbourne. The replica of Mahoney's truck is believed to belong to the Deason family. An obelisk erected in 1897 marks the spot where the nugget was discovered, still standing in Mulyagull. It wasn't Parker or any other modern-day gold miner who found it, so the question remains: who made this incredible discovery that even left Parker speechless?
Did you imagine finding that?
So obviously this area's been hammered now, but Victoria is known for their big gold and a lot of opportunity.
In the 1850s, thousands of hopeful people traveled to Victoria, Australia, seeking fortune during the Victorian gold rush. They came from all over Australia and other parts of the world. However, the excitement didn't last long. While some struck it rich and became wealthy, most never achieved great wealth. But for 2 Cornish miners, fortune smiled upon them on February 5, 1869. John Deason was born on Tresco in the Isles of Scilly, but moved to Pendeen in West Cornwall when he was just 1 year old after his fisherman father drowned. It was there that he met his future partner, Richard Oates. Both are listed in the 1851 census as working in the tin mines of Cornwall. Mr. Deason moved to Australia in 1853, with Mr. Oates following a year later to start a life as a gold prospector. In 1862, they arrived in Mulyagull, and after 7 years of hard work, they struck gold. Their incredible find, which made them famous, was on a slope called Bulldog Gully. There, they discovered an enormous piece of gold encased in quartz, buried just below the surface. It was so big that, as Mr. Deason wrote, he tried to pick up the nugget with a pick, but the handle broke. He then used a crowbar to raise the nugget to the surface, and that was the Welcome Stranger. They took it to Denali, about 12 miles away, where it was weighed at the London Chartered Bank. The nugget was too large for the scales, so it was immediately broken up. A drawing was made based on the memories of those who saw it, and now a replica is stored in the Denali Museum. Parker has proven he's not easily discouraged by setbacks. He's had his fair share. But despite it all, he managed to achieve something that surprised both miners and fans. Parker Schnabel and his team set off on a season that could redefine gold mining. In the coldest winter, every scoop of dirt carried the potential to either fulfill their dreams or shatter them. Urgency set in as Parker tirelessly led his team to uncover the precious material.
We have to get all of this mined this year, so it's basically use it or lose it. It's important that we get everything that we have left to mine this year stripped and on pay.
Alaska's harsh conditions tested their mental fortitude. With determination, they faced challenges, braving dangerous terrain and faulty machinery to find their treasure. As the leader, Parker relied on his leadership skills, developed through trials and triumphs, to plan every move carefully. Despite the weight of expectations, he remained steadfast, guiding his crew through the rugged landscape, fueled by the belief that the Klondike held the key to a life-changing fortune that would outweigh their struggles. Their breakthrough finally came when they struck a rich vein that seemed to stretch endlessly beneath the icy ground. The joy that erupted in the mining camp was infectious as they unveiled a substantial deposit of gold, enough to turn their entire season around. After a series of disappointments, the Klondike had finally yielded its treasure. However, there was still the monumental task of extracting the wealth from the frozen earth, with Parker overseeing the operation. The good news spread quickly, attracting attention from mining fans and skeptics alike. Parker and his crew were thrust into the spotlight as the world watched to see how they would handle the process, mounting significant pressure on them. The prospect of $1 million haul loomed on the horizon, and as winter grew colder, the race against time intensified. Heavy machinery worked tirelessly to extract the gold-laden dirt from the earth. Their combined efforts yielded spectacular results, evident in the gold room where they stored their loot. With a mix of pride and disbelief, Parker Schnabel announced their total earnings: $14 million in gold. His crew, fellow miners, fans, and skeptics were all amazed by this groundbreaking achievement. This season of Gold Rush has left a lasting mark on Klondike history. A celebration followed, highlighting the camaraderie forged through the challenges of the Klondike. The crew, exhausted from hard work, realized that their determination and resilience had paid off beyond their wildest dreams, leading to an unexpected fortune.
323.55.
So where are we at for the week?
This week, we have 575.45 ounces.
For Parker, the $14 million represented more than just financial success. It symbolized a journey defined by resilience, determination, and an unwavering pursuit of gold. As the season concluded, Parker emerged not only as a top earner, but also as a modern-day Klondike mining legend whose name will forever be associated with the success achieved in the heart of Alaska's mining grounds. Parker's team is among the most resilient on Gold Rush, achieving remarkable results and making discoveries that leave viewers amazed. The stories of hidden riches kept the dream alive, drawing in those brave enough to risk everything for a chance at great wealth. At just 25, Parker Schnabel had already made his mark among the legends of Klondike gold mining. His journey, marked by incredible discoveries, devastating floods, and the highs and lows of success and failure, was just starting. His steady nerve when others might give up, and his ability to innovate when faced with obstacles showed his unique mix of grit, skill, and instinct. These qualities were what led him to his most successful season yet, with earnings over $14 million. Each new season promised both great opportunities and certain setbacks. Yet, with hard-won knowledge and strong determination, Schnabel was ready to continue his search for gold in the Klondike. The hunt for the next big discovery was never over, as long as the possibility of undiscovered wealth lay buried beneath the rugged terrain. In this never-ending quest, Parker Schnabel was not just a participant, he was a leader, always driven to uncover hidden treasures and keep the legend of the Klondike alive.